If you're running a small business, you already know that going green is way more than just a buzzword. It's something customers are actively looking for. But here's the tricky part. How do you prove your commitment is actually real? Well, today, we're going to dive into a tool designed to do exactly that, the Ecopoly Digital Dairy.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's one thing to adopt sustainable practices, but it's a whole other ballgame to measure them, get them verified, and then communicate all that hard work to your customers. So where in the world do you even begin?
And that's exactly where the Ecopoly Carbon Digital Dairy steps in. Think of it as a guide that takes you from just having good intentions all the way to having a verified green profile. It makes your eco journey something you can measure, something that's meaningful, and, most importantly, something that's visible to everyone.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the basics. What is this digital dairy? Then we'll walk through how to profile your business, measure your daily impact, turn all that data into action, and finally, how to wrap it all up and complete your green profile. Simple as that.
All right, first things first. What exactly is the digital dairy when you get right down to it?
Okay, at its heart, the digital dairy has three key jobs. First, it helps you measure your carbon footprint. Second, it lets you publish those results, creating that all-important verified profile. And third, it gives you a clear path to compensate for your emissions. See, it's a full circle.
Okay, now that we know what it is, let's talk about the first step you'll actually take. And that's building the foundation, your business's green profile. This is all about capturing who you are and what your business ecosystem really looks like. This whole process is split into three main areas. You start with the simple stuff, your business profile. Then you look inward at your team, your workforce, and how aware they are of green practices. And finally, you look outward at your vendors and your entire supply chain. Now, a really important part of this is understanding something called Scope 3 emissions. You know, this isn't just about the lights you turn on in your office. It's about the indirect carbon footprint from your entire supply chain. And the digital dairy helps you start thinking about that bigger picture.
And hey, it's not just about your suppliers. Your own team plays a massive role here. Simple things your staff does every day, like saving power or recycling properly, actually get measured and contribute directly to your business's final score. It's a great way to get everyone involved.
Okay, so once your profile is all set up, we get to the really juicy part, the measurement process. This section is all about putting a number to your direct, day-to-day environmental impact.
For most businesses, the biggest piece of that puzzle is going to be energy. So this is where you'll start, by cataloging exactly how you power your operations.
The tool asks for some really straightforward info that, honestly, you probably have on hand already. Things like your main energy source, your annual usage, which you can grab from your bills, and, this is a big one, what percentage of that power comes from renewable sources.
And this right here is a perfect example of the incentive. The whole system is designed to reward you for making proactive choices. So if you've already invested in solar or other renewables, you immediately get recognized for it with a better green credit score. Pretty cool, right?
Next up is transport. The tool makes a really clear distinction here. You'll need to track how much fossil fuel you're using for company vehicles or machinery, but it also recognizes and rewards you for using eco-friendly options like electric vehicles or even just encouraging shared rides.
And the last pieces of the measurement puzzle are waste and water. You'll go through and identify the types of waste you're creating, like organic, plastic, or e-waste, and how you dispose of it. For water, it's all about your source, how much you use, and whether you have any recycling systems in place.
So, you've collected all this data. Now what? Well, this next step is absolutely crucial. It's about turning all those numbers into real, meaningful action. This is where the magic really happens. You know, Ecopoly uses this amazingly simple model for compensation. Get this, 1 kilogram of CO2 emitted is equal to a 1 rupee compensation value. It just makes the whole abstract idea of a carbon footprint feel tangible and really easy to grasp. Taking action is broken down into 3 super clear steps. First, you list out the green things you're already doing. Second, you review your carbon summary, which is calculated for you automatically. And third, you choose a plan to compensate for whatever footprint is left.
And what's great is that you get to choose how you compensate. You can put your money towards projects focused on tree planting, you can support solar installations, or you can even contribute to eco-education programs. You're in the driver's seat.
All right, we're on the home stretch now. Let's look at how you wrap this whole process up and get your business officially verified. So after you hit that submit button, a really clear process kicks into gear. your data gets verified by the Ecopoly team. Then, they build you a public-facing Gamma Green business page. And finally, you get a full report with your carbon summary and your green credits.
And just like that, you're done. By following these steps, you've gone from just saying you're green to having a measured, verified, and totally transparent record of your commitment that you can share with the entire world.
So we'll leave you with this question. This tool provides a crystal clear roadmap for any business that wants to quantify and validate its green journey. The only thing left to decide is, how are you going to write your own chapter?